Okay, so my name is Brooke Hecky, and I actually am a graphic designer and focus like on branding and creating graphics and stuff for people to grow their business. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things that are really going to be helpful if you're kind of stuck. Like I know a lot of people are having a hard time with like the algorithm and not getting any leads and whatnot. Sorry. How do I mute? Shannon, can you mute your audio? Oh, there we go. Mute. Okay, so I actually was on a training, and I'm not sure if any of you guys have like a lot of the leaders have done like a Facebook party, which I think is really good. Somebody else isn't muted. Sorry. Okay. And I think they're really good, but for anybody who's like me and has like kids and not a whole lot of time, like I think they're not, like a lot of people aren't going to them because like they don't have an hour to waste. They don't have time to like even schedule them, like if you're the one who's putting them on. And so when I saw this training about a 15-minute Facebook party, like I was pretty much sold. So I bought the course, and it's super simple. There's only 5 posts, and you can actually have it to where it's pretty much on like done automatically for the most part. So I created, let's see here. If I can share the screen. Okay, so I created a super easy PDF that you guys can follow, and like a script of like what you guys can say. And to get that, if you go to bit.ly, so that's bit.ly /15FB and then party, and that's all lowercase. You can download that. And so like I broke it down like so for the action steps, like first booking your party. So you can put this on your Facebook, you can put it on stories, whatever you need to do to like get the word out, that you can send it in Messenger. Hey, Lisa. And then, so you're gonna like get people who want to book the party with you. And then you're going to create that group like that, make sure that it's private. You're not going to do it until like 3 to 4 days before the actual party starts. And what I thought was like interesting is that most of us have learned, like if you've done a Facebook party, like go invite everybody on like on your list, right? Well, she recommends to like keep it intimate so that like, you know, the fear of missing out. And so like only accept like 20 to 50 people inside the party. And let's see here, and then make sure that on your group settings that it has to be approved by an admin. Let's see here. And then what you're going to go and do. So like if you have, either you can set it up or you can have the person who's hosting it set up, and make sure like that you guys are both admins. And then what you're able to do as an admin of the group is you can go in and pre-schedule these posts. So your first post is going to be the day before. There's apparently a lot of typos in here. I'll have to go back and change that. But so the day before the post, you're going to share a poll, something that kind of relates to like our products, like do you struggle with like excess weight around your belly? or, you know, do you struggle with skipping meals, something like that, that relates back to the products. And then your second day, you're going to post just a fun GIF about, you know, getting ready for the party. And then on the third, your third post is going to be the day of the party, and you're going to do a testimonial collage. So you can use whatever phone app to create, you know, a bunch of different testimonies on one, and you're going to share that. And then your fourth post is going to be 30 minutes before the party, just letting them know that it's going to start soon. So super simple. There's not a whole lot of stuff like to have to pre-schedule out. I know a couple of parties that I had done, like there were so many steps that it was kind of overwhelming, and just a lot, especially if, you know, you're working or you're a mom. And then the fifth one is ask your person to message those like 20 to 50 people. Somebody's mute. To remind them about the party, and they can send that the day of, just to make sure, you know, that you get as many people to show up live on the party. And then at the time of the party, you are going to go live in the group, or if you're like me, you really don't like talking live, you can actually set it up to where it's a really, really cool program. It's called OneStream.live. And it allows you to pre-record a video, and you can stream it to any of like a Facebook group, a Facebook business page, or a profile. And it looks like you're actually live, but you don't have to worry about messing up. You don't have to worry about going over like your 15 minutes because you're just starting to talk way too much. So it's really cool. I believe there is a free plan, and then there's also a paid one. I think it's like $10 a month. So totally affordable, especially if you're like me and don't like, let's see here, and don't like being live. Like it scares me half to death. So, plus, like if you're busy or if you've got small children, like I do, you don't have to worry about them like barging in, ruining your party because like, you know, here's the kid, or, you know, total meltdown, whatever. So super cool. Like you can go and, you know, pre-record it after the kids go to bed, and then stream it live and have it, you know, basically kind of on autopilot. So if you're working and, you know, during the week's hectic, but you know, somebody wants to book a party, you know, from 7 to 8 or something, like you can go and have that party run, and then just, you know, hopefully you can be in there like commenting and stuff, but if not, like go back after the party ends, you know, within like an hour, and go and comment on anybody's, you know, who's got questions. Okay, so let's see here. And then make sure after your party that you go through, well, right before it like ends, you're going to go through and tag like anybody who didn't comment. I think it's like Iman or whatever, so that they can win your raffle. And then you're going to just simply announce the raffle winner. And then you can either keep the group open and post like periodically if you've got sales going on, or you can close it. It's totally up to you. So here's the script. And I left, like, you can either print this out, or, you know, you can type it out, whatever you want, but talks about like, you know, that it's super short, super simple. Everybody has 15 minutes, hopefully, to spare for a friend to go to a party. And then you're going to tell your story right through here. And then you go briefly into about the company and the products. And then I just highlighted, I think it's five or six, whatever our main products are. And then briefly mentioning about the skincare line, the healthy popcorn line. Let's see here. And then also briefly touching on about like how super simple this party was, and if they want to book a party, or if, you know, they could use a little extra cash. that, you know, we can schedule these things and then they can get paid. So you're touching on all of these things, but it's done in such a fast way that you're going to have like little to no, not resentment, resistance to get them to do the party. So personally, I thought it was really cool, especially since I can schedule all of these. And then let's see here. And so I also included some scripts. So when you're reaching out to people, how to coach your hostess on how to invite people, and then the reminder. So all super simple. You can copy and paste it. And then I created some super cute group banners. And then she also recommended that you set up an event inside your group when the actual party is going to start, because then they're going to get that reminder not only from the group posts but from that event post. But you don't post anything in the event. So let's see here. What I really liked, if you're like me and you fumble upon your words a lot, there's a really cool app. It's called Big and then VU. I don't know if I think they have it for Android too, but I've got an iPhone. And so what's really cool about it, let's see if I can show you guys here. Okay. So what's really cool is you can, it's like a teleprompter. And so you can create your script. So you can type out, or you can copy and paste what I did and send it to yourself in email, and then type out your story part first. And then you can set, you know, a title. Like, so if you can change the words around. Like I recorded 2 different ones where for me hosting the party, and then tip for somebody else hosting the party. And then you would just write your script out here. We're just going to type in some things so you guys can see here real quick. And then you're just going to save it. And then, actually, okay. Hang on. Okay, so like here's my script. When I want to go live with it, you just click the record button. And then, let's see here. Oops, stop. It gives you the option for the speed. I've tested it and I would go between 130 and 140. Otherwise, it's just too hard to keep up. If you have struggle reading, you can change the text size. Let's see here. Okay, and so you start it, and it's really cool is I am looking right now at the camera, or at the words, and it looks like I'm looking at the camera. And so you would just read down the script and it looks like you're actually not reading something. So again, just another tip, if you want to do a party and you want to pre-record it, a way to have that. Another thing that she recommended is if you're gung-ho and want to be crazy booking these parties, Calendly, so CALENDLY.com, you can schedule, like if you only want to do parties every single day from 7 to 8 p.m. in whatever your time zone you're in. Oops, am I frozen here? Oh no. Stop. There we go. Okay. And so you can use Calendly to send people to pick your time spot. And so that way you're not like, okay, well, I've got, you know, Tuesday at this time or Wednesday at this time. Like they can just go pick whatever time is good for them, sign up for it, and then you'll know like what you got going on. So that's my tips for this awesome Facebook party. And if you didn't catch it, it's bit.ly/15FB and then party if you want to download the script for you guys. So next, I personally prefer Instagram all day, every day to Facebook, mainly because the people that actually convert or who are open to buying on Instagram is actually way higher. But I get asked all the time, like, I don't know how to grow on Instagram. I have 0 followers or whatever. Well, and what I constantly tell people is like, you have spent so long growing on Facebook and write it down. Can you please put it in the chat? Yes, hang on. Okay. So it's all about engagement. Same thing with Facebook. Like if you're not getting a lot of engagement on your account on Facebook, like it's probably because you're not engaging a lot. So like on Facebook, you should at least be commenting meaningful comments to 20 people on your friends list, going into groups and commenting and adding value to groups daily. So same thing goes for Instagram, which it can be a lot harder to like find stuff that you want to comment on, or like knowing like where to start. And so Gary Vee, I don't know if he did a training and then these people put together this website, but anyways, he talked about like the $1.80 method, where if you consider a post worth 2 cents throughout the day, you want to try and get to $1.80. And so what was really cool is somebody came in and created this free website where you can, let's see here, my targets. You can, okay, yeah. So you can add the hashtags that you want to engage with. So like people who obviously were in health and wellness, who are into fitness, women empowering women, weight loss recipes. So you can add 10 hashtags, and what it's going to do is it's going to pull in the posts with those hashtags that you should be commenting on. And so they give you like the top posts where if you kind of hover over it on your computer, you can see how many people liked it, how many people commented on it. And what's really cool is like, I mean, this post right here, she's got a lot of hearts, which could be fake accounts or it could just be people liking it, but aren't taking that extra step to comment on it. And there's only 2 people who have commented on that. And so if I click on here and read, it's raining and cold. I went to the gym in shorts. It's weird how your motivation changes in a matter of hours, but I'm so glad I got a workout in. So then I could say, great job. Showing up. What was your workout today? And then you're done. And then it posts up there all for you. So super, super simple. And oh, right there, 2 cents given. And it actually keeps track right up here. And so you can scroll through the top, or you can go through the more recent ones to get in on first, like on the first. So like they see you, you know, commented first, and then you can scroll over. And so, or let's see here. Yeah. And so what he recommends is for each of your 10 hashtags to find 9 different posts to comment on. And so like, as bad as it sounds, like, don't look for people who are already skinny. Like if you're trying to, you know, boost your weight loss programs, you know, get with people who, you know, she probably still needs a little work, but she's motivated, she's showing up, she's doing that. So, you know, hopefully she'd be open to actually taking the products instead of wanting the results without the work, like we so often find. So super simple. You can scroll through here until you find your 9, and then just go and comment and then move on to the next. And if you consider this like maybe you're wanting to go and explore Instagram, or I mean, even on Facebook, like break it down to, you can do 30 of these relatively quickly in the morning. Again, 30 and, you know, at lunch or whatever. I believe they have an app, or you could probably even go through like your browser, but, and then again at dinner time, or however you need to break it down. And because it's super simple of just scrolling with targeted posts instead of having to like go and search for them, it cuts down a lot on the time. So that's my tip for if you're actually wanting to grow Instagram. And another one, let's see here. So I do a lot of design work and stuff for people. So I was going to share with you guys a couple of my favorite apps. Let's see here. There we go. Oops. I was trying to click the computer when I was supposed to click my phone. So mainly for stories, like right now, so if you guys didn't know, like stories versus your feed, they're actually two separate algorithms. And so if you're not posting to both consistently, like you're leaving a lot of eyes off of your stuff, especially like, forget the exact number, but I think it's like 60 million posts are shared on social media every day. And so like most people, I don't know if you guys have seen like how you'll post something and then like 3 days later, like you'll still be getting engagement on it. It's just because there's that much stuff in the feed that Facebook is cycling through that they can't get to everything. And so stories are a great way to get in front of people. And you want to make sure that you're sharing at least 4 stories a day. So think about it, like, why would somebody want to come back if, like, to look at your story if they know that, oh, she only posts one thing in the morning, or, you know, maybe you're only posting 5 different slides in the morning, but nothing else the rest of the day. Like, why? You give people a reason to come back to your profile and see what else you're sharing throughout the day. And then let's see here. If you guys are doing like at least a little clip, so video is so huge in every aspect, whether it be on your timeline, alive, or in your stories. And it doesn't have to be anything like super long or super crazy, but to get your face in front of people, like you can like do like a boomerang of drinking your water, or if you're at the gym, do a quick little video of that, and then put like getting in my steps if you're walking on your story, so that way people can see you, see your face, get to know you. If you've got a tip like a workout tip maybe, or if you like to cook or you use our spices, like share a tip on how to make the best chicken or how to make a delicious protein shake. Like showing up in your stories by providing value as well as letting people get to know you is going to help build that know, like, and trust factor. So let's see here. So I like to, a couple of my favorite apps for creating stories, it's called the Over app, and it's in the top left, the yellow little circle thing. That's great if you just want to create like a blank slate thing. If you want to get all fancy here, they don't have it for Android yet, but my all-time favorite one is called In Stories. I did see though that they are trying to finish their Android app, so yay for you Android users, because this one is super hot. Stop. So they actually have a really cool one for before and afters, which is, again, like it's going to be a video, so it's going to get Facebook's going to show it more, and you could even save it. Whoever just came on, can you mute yourself? Because I get distracted easily. I don't know who that was. And so, let's see. Doing a before and after. So like if we click here, go find a before and after photo here. I think there's some. Okay, so you can save this photo and then bring it over here. And it's just like a better way. I mean, everybody sees, oops, that's not gonna let me. Here, we're gonna have to change this. Everybody's sharing like just your basic before and after, but if you get a little creative here, put in some time, and then up at the top, you can view it. So what it's going to look like. So, oh, there's the before. Oh, look at how cute she looks after. So just something different for your stories is kind of fun. But In Stories has lots of different like moving things, like you can do type. And so like maybe if you don't want to get on video, you could at least do one of these videos to count like for like sharing videos. And again, you can share tips like, you know, maybe your to-do list. Another good thing to share, and you can find lots of these things on Pinterest. If you go to Pinterest on your phone and type in like Instagram, oh, what is it, like this or that, and then you can circle like your answers and share that. That's a great way to get engagement with people and getting them to know you and stuff. But this is really cool. Like I like this one right here in the upper right hand corner. You could share each one of your products and then maybe a before and after behind it. So lots of different things. There's another before and after there. If you're having a sale and you know want to talk about your sale that we're having, neons I thought was really cool. So that's definitely one of my go-to apps that I use. There's a couple other ones. Story Swag is good, but that one is only for iPhone. Story Art in the middle there, that one is for Android and iPhone. If you're doing a video and you need to trim it to the 15 seconds, you can use Cut Story to do that. Yeah, okay. So in the Over app, when you're creating stories like throughout the day, like you want to make sure you're sharing like your story throughout the day, but also like it's a story, like you want to share something. So my favorite thing that tends to get the most people clicking a poll or sending me a message is to provide value. And one way I've done it is like creating an image, and up top you can either do a transparent or you can choose a color, and then they have all of the correct sizes. Like make sure when you're sharing stories, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people who will either share like their post to their stories, and it crops stuff off. It crops off the wording, or you can't see all of it. So if you're going to share a post or something else that's not the correct size, like you can actually pinch, like use both fingers when you're in stories. I don't know if you guys didn't know this, but let me see if I can show you an example here. We're just jumping all over the board here. Gosh dang it. There we go, story. So let's say, okay, here's a good example. So if I were to share this, if there was text on it, I see a lot of people, oops, down there. A lot of people where they'll share the text and it's the first, like if you take your finger and you put it to the top of your story, that part is all going to be hidden. So make sure that you're not putting any important text up there, like basically right underneath where the arrow is showing up on the left side. But the other thing I'll see is somebody will share like a really good like tip with a bunch of words and stuff, but they're cutting it off because they're not pinching that image that's like overlapping. So make sure if you're sharing a post, you use both of your fingers to zoom in. Like that's going to make your stories a lot better, because there's nothing worse than, oh wow, like I could really use those 10 tips on how to drink more water, but I can't see half of the text. Like then I'm not going to want to even go look at your stories anymore, because I don't know what you're saying half the time. So this is really handy because it tells you, or it gives you the correct dimensions. So and then you can add images, you can add text. The reason why I absolutely love this app is they have so many amazing different graphics, and you can collect graphics. And so like I collect all of my favorite ones that I like to use a lot, and then I can just easily go and place them. I can change the colors. And so let's see. Let me turn off my other computer sound. And so, you know, if here's where I want my text, and then you can change the color. So you can make it whatever color that you want, and then add your text. So if you're like, one of the best things, like everybody loves making shakes or smoothies. And so you could do 3 delicious smoothies. And I've done quite a few of these things, and they always are a huge hit. So pick your font. The cool thing too is like, if you want to get more into like branding and stuff, this app actually allows you to upload your own fonts, which is super cool. So you can use the same fonts to be more recognizable. And then under style, you can change the spacing. You can make it all caps. Oops. And then so put that there. And then my all-time favorite is Pinterest. Like Pinterest has so much great stuff that you can share to your stories. Okay, so all right here, homemade protein shake. So go and find a photo. Okay. And then in the bottom right, you can click the 3 little dots to download that image. And then go back to your app, share that. Let's see here. And 2 fingers again to zoom. And then up in the top area, there's what's called layers. And so if you click the 3 things, you can move it behind. So if I want it behind so that they can see that, and then so there's my start of the story. Okay, there's the intro that's going to get people to want to continue to click, right? And then you can save that to your phone, and then you can go back there, and then you can add the different, so like whatever recipe it is that you have, you can go through, and then you can add that and continuously build your story. And then your call to action, actually, I think I uploaded it. Okay, so here we go. I'll show you when that's done. So would you like 3 delicious protein shakes? And then people always make sure that when you're doing polls, like it's a double positive. So like, heck yes, and then maybe like 2 emojis of like a shake or something like that. So that if they're going to take the time to actually click on it, you're gonna be able to respond to them no matter what, right? It's not gonna be like a negative. And then, oops, and then here in the Over app, again, I found, you know, the picture, and then I added our vanilla replace. for the ingredients, and try and stick with like 3. Like, you don't want your stories to be so overwhelming that people just stop clicking. And so I did 3, shared the ingredients, and then share a picture of either like you drinking a shake, or like this one I got from corporate, and you know, the benefits of what our shakes have to offer. And then talk about the weight loss protein kit. And then I share, again, created an over what they get. So like if you're, you know, wanting to lose weight, here's, you know, this great kit. Oops. And then you can do like another thing, a poll like, I need this, or sign me up, or how do I get it, or something like that. So then again, like anytime I've done the protein shake ones, like I've gotten so many people to respond to those. So when you're adding value to your stories, and not just like, here's, you know, 3 or 5 before and afters, and then do you want to lose weight? Like provide them with like a free value tip, and then sell them. Does that make sense? So that they're still providing, or they're still getting value whether or not they buy from you or not. And that's going to get people to continue. Like maybe they're not ready right now, but if all of your stories is nothing but product without giving them value, like they're going to stop looking at your stories. So you can also do that like with the heart and hydration, give them tips on the benefits of drinking water. You could do that with the renew, do, you know, a couple of slides about the benefits of a gentle detox, and then provide them like natural ways to detox, and then share like, hey, if you know, would like maximum results, maybe you're feeling a little sluggish, here's my go-to detox supplement, or something like that. So provide the value and then share about your product. Also share about your life, your kids, your family. Like your Facebook shouldn't be like a walking spam cycle. Like share about your kids. Pick 3 to 5 topics. You know, if you're somebody who's really adamant about the gym, like share your different gym tips, share your you know, workout schedule or whatever, share about your kids, share about your family. If you are a mom of small children, like go and share mom hacks. Like those things get so much activity. Another crazy thing that so many people aren't using, which is crazy to me, is memes. Like memes are so huge. I was just talking about this past couple of days. So like I shared this meme, and so what you do, like, so that you're not having to constantly send people messages and chase people, is find a meme either through Instagram or Facebook or something like that, and then you post it to your page, and then you're going to click the share. Do it on your phone. I don't believe it works on the computer. Send it from your phone, and then you can share it to the group. And so like obviously this one was like for like moms or people with kids, right? And so I went and I just shared it to a bunch of mom groups, and this was on Tuesday. 21,000 people have viewed it and 500 shares. What's even crazier though is that because of that, people are coming back, and somebody shared like a video that I had done from like September. And so like now all of my things here were a bunch of people sharing like these videos like from forever ago. And like this one too, like another meme, like go and share it to the group. Within just the past couple of days, I've had about 30 people follow me, and like another 10 or so people send me a friend request. So like that's a super easy, super simple way to get people to follow you. It's going to help keep you out of Facebook jail, because you're not sending those friend requests, like they're coming to you. So if you're not using memes, and like this can be anything, there's so many meme groups. There's meme groups for people who work, there's mom memes, there's just everything. Like go and find a group of memes, take their memes and then share them to like different places. Like if you're a dog lover, like go find some dog lover memes and share them into like dog support groups or whatever. Like it's crazy. I told somebody else in this company about it, and she actually I think it was like around the 26th or so of December, and a month later she had hit like 3 million views and like 50 or 60,000 shares, and was getting follows and friend requests like 10 an hour. Like that's just how crazy crazy sharing memes are. Like, and nobody's actually doing it to like get more people to follow them. So yes, Tara, it will be recorded and hopefully uploaded later today. So go find memes, share them to groups. Super amazing way to get free followers. So does anybody have any questions over the couple of tips that I've shared? Anybody want to put it in the chat if you don't want to unmute yourself? Okay, so Facebook parties. If you're wanting to grow on Instagram, go check out $80.com. As far as stories go, make sure you're posting at least 4 times throughout the day. That way, if you're only posting like in the morning, and even if you're posting like 4 things in the morning and then nothing else for the rest of the day, like if you look at the stories, like you're going to be so far down there that people, they're not even going to be like able to see what you have going on unless they physically just keep scrolling, or they're like, oh, I wonder what Brooke's doing today, and then they go and actually check out your profile. So try and post sporadically through the day, and then be sure like that you're telling a story. If you're doing like a business post, add value first and then talk about an accelerated option, like put it like accelerated option, so that you're not like buy this, buy that. And then try and incorporate, like there's people who sell a certain skinny coffee that I swear all of their videos every first morning, stirring my little skinny coffee, like do a quick little video. If you're adamant about making your shakes every morning, do a cute selfie, do a quick little video, do a boomerang drinking your shakes, or mixing, do a boomerang of mixing in your powder of heart and hydration. Like do that to where you're not selling it, but people are seeing, oh, like she's always drinking water that looks really good, or the shake that looks really good. So that's a great thing. Or, if you've got kids, share about your kids, your lifestyle. Like don't just make your story about business. So yeah, that's all I've got. So anybody have any questions? Going once, going twice. You are welcome, Margie. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay. Well, you guys have an awesome weekend, and yeah, go and engage in groups. Like go to Pinterest, like find something from Pinterest of 5 tips on how to do this, save that graphic, and then go share it to a relevant group. Like if you're showing up in these groups of providing value, like all of the people who are top in the company that I've talked to, like that's how they first started. They didn't really do the shop and swap groups. They did the relationship building groups. So go and share value when you're showing up value, like by adding value into groups. People are going to be curious as to what the heck you're doing. They're going to come and they're going to follow you. And the other cool thing about that, like, I don't know if you guys remember back when Facebook Lives like first came out, Facebook actually paid for advertising for them. Okay. And lo and behold, like if you do a live, you get way more engagement than if you don't, right? Well, the same thing is happening with groups. Like they're doing Facebook advertisements for, you know, dad groups and stuff. Like if you haven't seen an ad, like they're running ads now. So groups are where it's at. Go and engage in these groups, share memes to these groups. And I think you're going to see a huge boost in your engagement, people following you. So you're not having to follow as many people to get new eyes on your stuff. The teleprompter app was BIG and then VU, and it's all together. So yeah, I wish you guys a happy weekend, and I will talk to you later. Maybe. Share.